MSG Varsity presents Game Time on Long Island. Today from Farmingdale State College, it's the Suffolk County Class A Championship with defending champ and top seed Amityville taking on third-seeded John Glenn. Let's take a look at the Class A brackets, and Amityville as the top seed slid right in to the semifinals, took care of business with a win over West Hampton. As for John Glenn, they defeated Sayville in their first game, and it was the first playoff win for the school since 2009. Then on the road, the number 3 seed Glenn takes care of business at the number 2 seed Harborfields, winning it by 3, setting up today's championship game. Well, hi everyone, I'm Carl Reuter, and welcome to the telecast. Today, Amityville taking on John Glenn. Amityville has already beaten John Glenn twice this year. Which John Glenn team comes up here to play? The team that lost by 2 or the team that lost by 29? Amityville, a decorated program. Back-to-back championships they're looking for this year if they can capture this Class A title. As for John Glenn, looking for its first county title since the school won Class B back in 1987. Is the third time a charm around for the Knights in this contest this afternoon? Let's take a look at the highlight players for today's game. For John Glenn, keep an eye on number 3, the senior tri-captain Jeff Park, better known as JP3. 3-year starter, does it all. Second on the team in scoring, leads the team in steals. He's clutch, especially from the foul line. In the semis against Harborfields, he was 9 for 11 from the stripe. He'll control the temple for the Knights. And for the Warriors from Amityville, number 10, the senior Travis Dickerson, All-County Co-Player of the Year in League 6. Dickerson can flat out get it done. Versatile, smooth, 2-year starter, can guard anyone and play anywhere. 17 points a game and 6 rebounds every night. We'll be back with the start of today's game on Game Time on Long Island on MSG Varsity right after this timeout. Welcome back to Farmingdale State College. Just about set for today's showdown. The Suffolk County Class A Championship is on the line between the Amityville Warriors, coming in with an overall record of 17-2, the John Glenn Knights at 15-5. Speaking of John Glenn, let's meet the head coach for the Knights, now in his 3rd year at the helm of the program, Charlie Rogener, a 2005 graduate from Hills West High School, where he's a 3-sport star. Soccer, hoops, and lacrosse, and played collegiately lacrosse at Siena. And the starting lineup for the Knights, well, we already spoke about Jeff Park. Keep your eyes focused on number 1, the forward, 6'3" senior Darrell Daniels, the leading scorer on this team, almost 14 points a game and 10 rebounds. And for the number 1 seed Amityville Warriors, led by the longtime coach, now in his 27th year, 461 career wins, Jack Agostino, a 1980 graduate from Center Reach High School. And the starting lineup for the Amityville Warriors, we mentioned Travis Dickerson, but watch the 6'2" junior guard, number 5, Mike Smith. Flat out can play. Co-player of the year in League 6 with Dickerson. Here's a guy that averages 21 points a game and 6 rebounds. The officials for today's game, the lead official is Artie Woods. He's working with Dave Candelaria and Andy Edmondson. Amityville comes out in the home white, being the number 1 seed, red numerals, and the number 3 seed, John Glenn, is in the dark uniforms. So these two teams meet for the 3rd time this year. And Amityville has won the previous 2, but this one is for all the marbles. Tri-captain Paul Wisnowski, the ball handler, 5'10" senior, gives it up to Jeff Park, also a tri-captain. Nifty move. The runner was off the mark, taken by Keandre Augustine, and then losing out of bounds, Travis Dickerson, who had 19 points and 5 rebounds in the semifinal win against West Hampton. John Glenn will trigger with Wayne White, the quarterback on the football team. Here's Darrell Daniels, who spun around, working to Jeff Park. Park was spectacular from the foul line in the win against Harborfields, hitting 9 of 11. Here is a steal by Malcolm Mathis for the first 2 points of today's game. Came in averaging just under 9 points and 9 rebounds as well for the 6'2", 180 junior, who's his first year on the varsity. Pressure in the backcourt. Big floor now here at Farmingdale State. They'll play 94 feet. Jeff Park, left side baseline. And he will go to the line, or what happened here? Let's see. It's on Park on an offensive foul for the push-off. So JP3, who's had a spectacular run in the playoffs with 26 against Sayville and 18 against Harborfield, picks up the personal foul just 45 seconds into quarter number 1 of the Class A championship. The winner will move on to the Long Island championship. Leland Williams is 15. Great look underneath and a beautiful finish. Dickerson, the finish. A touchdown pass, if you would, from Sean Walters, the quarterback on the football team, who with a great look there. Pull up right side, bearing that one is Darrell Daniels. First 2 in the game for him. Leading scorer, 14 points, 10 rebounds. Very versatile. He can knock down a 3-ball as well. He's number 2 on the team in threes made this year with 33. Here's Leland Williams giving it up. This is Mike Smith. Smith puts it on the floor, takes it to the rack. And Mike Smith, 21 points a game, 6 rebounds. The junior knocks down his first 2. Co-player of the year in League 6 with his teammate, Travis Dickerson. They break the press with Wayne White, also the quarterback for Dave Shanahan's football team. In fact, Wayne White, the interesting story, his dad, Wayne, played at Amityville and graduated back in 1983, played for the late, great Fred Williams. Darrell Daniels buries a 3. He's got 5, his 34th three-pointer of the season. It's a 1-point lead for Amityville, and the ball as well. Taking it to his left is Mathis, a little bit too strong. Rebound is fought for, a baseline picked up. No good there by Leland Williams. Another opportunity for Amityville, and the foul. Malcolm Mathis baseline, knocks it down. Mathis now with 4, goes to the line. Paul Wesnowski picking up his first personal, and to the line, as we mentioned, Mathis on the season, 66%, 33 of 50. As a team, Amityville shoots 63% from the charity stripe. So it's an 8-5 game in favor of the Warriors from Amityville, taking on the Knights from John Glenn. Baseline, nice ball fake there, but lost it was Wesnowski. Picked up, and Amityville comes up the floor quickly with Walters with another great look. And Dickerson just a little bit too much English on that one, or he would have had the and 1. He'll go to the line for 2. Travis Dickerson, 6'4", 175-pound senior, 17 points a game, all-county performer. Darrell Daniels picks up his first personal. Team's 3rd personal. Travis Dickerson on the season, 61% free throw shooter, 42 of 69. Knocks down the first. He's got 3 points early here in this first quarter. 2 minutes and 43 seconds in. Here's the second of 2. Gets the friendly roll here at Farmingdale State. 2 of 2. He's got 4. And again, pressure being picked up and applied in the backcourt. Little trap here, getting his hands on it. Knocked it away was Mike Smith, but John Glenn recovers. Into the hands right now of Keandre Augustine to Jeff Park. Left side, Daniels, 3-ball. Second 3 for Daniels, and Darrell Daniels, who came in averaging 13.5, now has 8 points, including 2 triples. It's a 2-point game. Amityville with the ball and the lead. Little stutter step hesitation, baseline, Dickerson, swatted away by Daniels, recovered there by Williams. And another foul has been whistled on John Glenn. And I believe that's on Jeff Park. If so, that's Park's 2nd. And it is on the tri-captain. That's his 2nd and the 4th on the team. Shooting foul sends Leland Williams to the line. On the season, 63%. 50 for 80. Buries the first, averaging 13 points a game, 7.5 rebounds. Jack Agostino telling me that he needs to get Leland Williams more touches. First year in the varsity, being heavily recruited by many Division III schools, makes 2 of 2. 4-point lead for Amityville. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remain. Again, they press in the backcourt. But broken, Daniels. Walters got a hand on it. Daniels recovers, takes it to the rack, kicks it out. Blocking foul has been whistled. It'll be called on Leland Williams. It is his first personal. The Amityville Warriors, who ran it League 6, rough shot 12-0. John Glenn finished at 9-3. This is an Amityville program we talked about in the Open, decorated program. 24 of 27 years under Jack Agostino, they won the league title. They've won 12 counties, 8 Long Islands, and 4 states. They've got a blocking foul called. It's whistled on Malcolm Mathis, the junior. Mathis is first, and quickly 2 team fouls picked up by Amityville.
Fouls on Malcolm Mathis, this is first.
So again, they will inbound from underneath the basket. Paul Wisnowski, the tri-captain, looks to trigger. Looking for an outlet, gets it out high, taken here by Wayne White. White on a dribble drive. Great penetration by Wayne White, who had 8 points in the semifinal win against Harborfields. His dad, Wayne, again, the Amityville graduate. Did not get it to fall. Missing right there in tight was Williams, and here comes Jeff Park playing with the 2 personal fouls. Have to watch that for the tri-captain, the guy that really controls the tempo for John Glenn. Here's White again. To his left is Park with a strong drive, knocked out of his hands, and he will go to the line. And Jeff Park was money against Harborfields, hitting 9 of 11 from the line in the semifinal win. He missed his first, made 9 in a row before missing his 11th attempt. Travis Dickerson picks up the personal on the season, 71% from the line. Leads the team with that percentage, does Jeff Park. The 3-year starter picks up his first point. Also has 42 steals, Park does, to lead the team as well. Soft touch, 2 of 2. It's a tie ball game at 12-12 with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Dickerson to his right, just flips it out there and floats it to Leland Williams back to his left. Here's a touch by Mike Smith, a long 3. Bang! Mike Smith from way downtown, 51% from the arc, 37 now of 72 for the 2-year starter. That was like 25, 26 feet away from Mike Smith. Park stumbles, lost his balance and his footing, and gets called for the travel. But Mike Smith had to be at least 3.5 feet beyond the arc on the left side of the floor to bury the 3. He's got 5. And we'll do this all over again on the inbound with 3:21 remaining in the first quarter. High-scoring first quarter at 15-12. This is an Amityville team that averages 79 points a game. John Glenn, 58. But the lowest score that Amityville put up on the board this year is they got a left hand too strong there by Mathis. The putback by Smith is no good. Tipped up by Williams, no good. It's Jeff Park. John Glenn in the first meeting back on January the 7th in the 2-point loss held Amityville to only 70 points, lowest output of the year. Off the heel, missing there was Wayne White on a 3-ball attempt. Penetration, too strong off the window was Smith. And now we're getting a little helter-skelter here, pushing the ball up. And now Charlie Rogener has his team slow it down with 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Down by 3, courtesy of that Mike Smith long 3-ball for Amityville a moment ago. Augustine flipped it over his right shoulder off the mark. And it's an Amityville Warrior rebound. And here comes Sean Walters, the 4-year starting quarterback, who had 65 touchdowns on the gridiron. Sweet pull-up, rattled around, went down. Dickerson, second field goal. He now has 6 points in this contest, and it's a 5-point lead for Amityville. Slowing it down with Keandre Augustine, 15 against Sayville in the semis, 9 against Harborfields. Only a 5'7" sophomore. Transfer is Augustine from St. Mary's. Nearly stepped back. Here's the sophomore again. Plenty of time to shoot, 12. Augustine being watched there tightly by Walters, spinning in the paint, losing it. Got to flip it up, 3 on the clock. And beating the clock and getting it to drop is Darrell Daniels, who's having a spectacular first quarter. Daniels now has 10 in a 3-point lead for Amityville. Mike Smith stepped back. Oh, this kid could shoot. Mike Smith just bangs home another 3. That's his 38th 3 of the year. He's got 8. In talking with him at practice the other day, I said, as it comes down to a game-winning shot, who's taking the shot? And he clearly pointed at himself and said, me. When posed the same question to Travis Dickerson, Dickerson said, it'll be me. It'll be up to Jack Agostino to decide that. Jack said, hopefully we don't have to worry about that. Timeout on the floor. Elijah Rogers is checking in for the Amityville Warriors wearing number 1, a 5'10", 155-pound junior. When play resumes, he'll step on the floor with 1:15 remaining in this first quarter. Nice first quarter of action, 20-14, Amityville on top. So far, Mike Smith has led the way for the Amityville Warriors, has 8 points, including 2 3-pointers. And Travis Dickerson has chipped in with 6. For John Glenn, it has been all Daryl Daniels. He has 10, including 2 3-pointers. Daryl Daniels, one of the captains. He's versatile. He can play out of position. He guards the bigs. He's a slasher. He knows how to shoot, can knock them down. He's just an all-around outstanding player, Daniels, who had 21 points and 12 rebounds against Sayville in the semifinals. Again, Amityville is the number 1 seed coming into the tournament. John Glenn is the 3 seed. Glenn got here by beating Sayville and Harbor Fields. Amityville slipped right through to the semifinals with a bye and then beat West Hampton 72-54. 1 minute remaining in this first quarter. Don't give him space, he'll put it up. Smith recovers, knocked out of his hands momentarily by White, who's guarding him all over the place. Dickerson from the left side, he was stripped and lost it. And it's taken down by Augustine, who has his head up. The little southpaw, sophomore. Timmy Greshner has the ball, just checked in, number 20, 6'5" sophomore, ahead of the field. And Dickerson has a reach, but could not reach that long to cradle that one in. And the turnover gives it right back to the John Glenn Knights. Game time on Long Island on MSG Varsity. Carl Reuter calling the action here. Substitution is Gary Looney, number 2, the junior, 6'1" for Amityville, 7 points a game. It's his first year on the varsity. Sitting it down is Malcolm Mathis. Differential shot clock, game clock, 5 seconds. 23 seconds to shoot right now for John Glenn, down by 6. Augustine found the room and then went up with the right hand, his first 2 points of the game, and it's a 4-point lead for Amityville. And Amityville will hold for 1 with Elijah Rogers running the offense right now. Rogers, strong dribble drive. Loose on the floor. There's 5 seconds in the quarter. Can they get their shot off? It'll count if it goes for Daniels, off the mark. And the quarter comes to an end with Amityville on top, 20-16 over John Glenn. We'll come back, start of the second quarter. Game time on Long Island on MSG Varsity right after this timeout. Ready for the start of the second quarter from Farmingdale State College. This is the Suffolk County Class A championship between John Glenn, who lost twice in the regular season to this Amityville team. January the 7th, Amityville wins it 70-68. January the 31st at Amityville, the Warriors take it 76-47. We start this quarter with John Glenn's possession. On a pull-up, too strong off the window was Daniels, recovered there by Looney, and now it's Rogers running the show for Amityville. He's being watched there by Augustine. Kick ball, and they'll inbound it because of the kick. This a John Glenn team that scored only 2 points in the third quarter in the semifinals against Harbor Fields, but opened it up with 21 points in the fourth quarter to steal it and win it 48-45. That trifecta was off the mark by Mike Smith, who already has knocked down 2 triples in the first quarter of play. Here's Wisnowski to his left. Rejected there by Dickerson, but recovered by the Knights, who are playing without Jeff Park right now on the bench with 2 personals. Getting up slow, recovered, is the toughness in the 5'10" senior in Paul Wisnowski. The total leader on this team. Charlie Rogener says that he is absolutely a coach on the floor. His basketball IQ is sky high. Jack Agostino, the veteran. Charlie Rogener only in his 3rd year. Agostino is 27th year with 461 career wins. Angle was off for Daniels, who missed from 3. Dickerson with the dribble. And Dickerson tried to flip it with a pass off the dribble. And right now, Charlie Rogener is questioning Andy Edmondson. Rogener did not believe that it touched one of his players. And it will be Mike Smith to inbound from underneath his own basket. It comes out to Walters, looked at a three, baseline, on the move is Smith. Mike Smith, so tough, now has 10, tied with Darrell Daniels of Glenn for game-high honors. Opens it up to a 6-point advantage for the Amityville Warriors. Here's Keandre Augustine, who's backing it out. Walters as tough a defender as you will find. Wisnowski gave it up to Greshner. Here's Augustine. Faked on that pass, lost it, but touched the foot of Smith, goes out of bounds. Substitutions back in. Mathis 14, Williams 15 for Amityville. Sitting down, Walters 11. And Gary Looney, number 2 for the Warriors. Here's Daniels. Tried to perhaps do too much and lost it. Elijah Rogers was stripped. And then we've got a timeout called by Charlie Rogener. And John Glenn will talk it over with 6:14 remaining in this first half between John Glenn and Amityville. And right now Amityville up by 6. Amityville has the only 2 points in the first 1 minute and 46 seconds of this second quarter. It was a lay-in by Mike Smith, who has 10. Mike Smith is quite the story. As we mentioned, a 2-year varsity player. He's a 2-year starter, only a junior. Co-player of the year this year in League 6 with his teammate. He's a guy that can score with the best of them in Mike Smith, and he can score in bunches, and we've already seen the bunches. He had back-to-back threes. The first 3 was from way beyond what would have been the NBA three-point line. But Mike Smith is quite a talent for Jack Agostino and the Amityville Warriors. This is a John Glenn team 4 years ago. This program was 0-16. Charlie Rogener took over. They went 4-12 in his first year, 14-5 last year, now 15-5, and fighting for a championship in Class A of Suffolk. John Glenn has not won a county title since back in 1987, and it was Class B at that time. Got a travel call on Augustine. Turnover gives it back to Amityville. So a slow start here in this second quarter for John Glenn, but Amityville hasn't been lighting it up, only have 2. Oh, great play by Daniels. Got a piece of that one off the hand of Leland Williams. Daniels wants it. Daniels getting called for the offensive foul. It's his second. And Daniels comes up limping. 5th team foul on John Glenn. 3 whistled on Amityville. Now Glenn will pick up. We're going to show different looks throughout this contest. Both teams will change their defenses up. Did not fall there on the far side by Rogers at a 3-ball. Wisnowski. Offensive foul on Wisnowski. Dickerson got the block, taking it on the numbers with Mathis. That's Wisnowski's second. So the tri-captains, Daniels, Wisnowski, and Park, all strapped now with 3 personals. Wisnowski and Park still on the floor, playing with the 2. Well, they're in trouble now with the tri-captains, each with 2. Charging hard, way off the mark was Smith. Great hustle by Mathis, got it back to Smith, who went into the second row. Smith nearly lost it. Dickerson off the heel on a trifecta attempt. And we got a whistle. And it's on Sean Walters. The senior picks up his first for the 2-year starter, 3rd year on the varsity. Walters averaging 9 points a game. 14 fouls now in Amityville. John Glenn with 6. Next one on Glenn will shoot 1-1 with the Warriors. Great penetration by Augustine. Left wide open was White. He could not convert. And here come the Warriors again with Dickerson. Dickerson, a blocking foul has been called. So we'll shoot 1 and 1.
Fouls on Jeff Park of John Glenn, his third.
It's on Park, which is his third. And Park is now going to have to take a seat on the bench, which he does. Dickerson will shoot 1 and 1. Already 2 of 2 from the line, 61% on the season. Rims out, does not get a second chance. Substitution, Zach Coppola, 6'2" sophomore, number 14 for the John Glenn Knights. Augustine being watched by his opposite number, Walters, a sophomore taking on the senior. Try to step it through, and Walters gets whistled for his second foul in a matter of seconds. That is the 5th on Amityville. They have 1 more to play with here before we would see 1 and 1 being shot by John Glenn. Coppola, another whistle. And another foul. It's on Naz McLam, his first personal. McLam came on. He is a junior wearing number 25. Wisnowski sits down, replaced by Daniels. They need Daniels in there. He's been the offense so far for Glenn. He's got 10 of their 16 points. They have not scored here in the second quarter until that one, and now an offensive foul has been called. That's his third. Daniels with 3, Park with 3, Wisnowski with 2, take the basket away. Excuse me. Still no points on the board for Glenn, but only 2 on the board here in the quarter for Amityville. The runner by Sean Walters, his first 2. So the whistle has caused havoc, and playing havoc with Glenn. Flipped it up over his head, drew the personal foul. Augustine will go to the line. McLam has his second. Augustine on the year is 66% from the line, 49 of 74 for the sophomore transfer, instant offense out of St. Mary's. Looking to score the first points of the quarter for John Glenn, and there's 3:37 remaining. Still no points. Sub in Mike Smith for Amityville, replacing Naz McLam. Again, if you're just tuning in, only 2 points in the third quarter in the semifinals against Harborfields. Rimmed out. 0 for 2 for a man that shoots just under 70% from the foul line.
Full timeout taken by John Glenn.
John Glenn calling for time, and a good timeout because it's an 8-point lead. They trailed Harborfields by 8 when they had only scored the 2 points in the third quarter in the semifinals. But Amityville, who led 20-16 at the end of the first quarter, only has 4 points in this quarter themselves with 3:36 remaining. But the biggest storyline than not really scoring right now for John Glenn is that the tri-captain trio, the 3 seniors, really now have put Charlie Rogan into a position where he's going to have to mix and match on what he does on the floor with the lineup, because Darrell Daniels, who has 10 points leading the way, has 3 personals. Jeff Park, who controls the tempo of this team and a leader who really knows his role, he has 3 fouls. Paul Wisnowski, who's a glue guy, a coach on the floor, the other senior, he's got 2 fouls. High school basketball, folks, if you're not in touch with the rules, 5 and you're gone. So Amityville comes back out on the floor, up by 8. Darrell Daniels is now sitting down as well. So Jeff Park came in, though. Williams in tight, would not go. This whistle goes against Amityville. It's on number 10, Dickerson. It's his second. So for Amityville, Dickerson and Walters each have 2 with McLam. And that is the 8th. We'll shoot 1 and 1. We go back to the line for John Glenn, who has gone to the line 3 times now, including this one. Park made his 2. Augustine missed his 2. And now it's Wayne White, who has a couple of points. We'll shoot 1 and 1. Again, his dad, 1983 graduate from Amityville, so he's got to be wearing 2 shirts in this one. Played with Shelton Jones, the Amityville Horror, who went on to St. John's and some NBA time. Got a whistle. Violation against Amityville, and Jeff Park will inbound. Still looking for their first point of the quarter. Went down low, and getting the first 2 is Zach Coppola. Coppola averages 3, his first 2, second year on the varsity, 6'2" sophomore. It's a 6-point lead, believe it or not. That's it. Fighting to put it up. And the foul on the second opportunity. Malcolm Mathis now has 6, goes to the line to try to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play. Dickerson will sit down for Amityville, replaced by Elijah Rogers. Greshner, the sophomore, number 20, his first personal. Mathis 0 for 1 from the line so far. Again, 66% coming in. Missing his second, sneaking in, rebound, put back. Coming off the weak side, Leland Williams. That's a big 2 points. The lead extended now to Amityville for 10. Looking at a 3. Augustine putting it on the floor instead. Coppola right back to Augustine. Boy, is he quick. He could spin. Maybe too quick for himself. Here's Mike Smith ahead of the field. Blew the chip shot. Sean Walters will clear it. Smartly brings it back out to reset it to a half court. A fresh 35, which is down now to 28. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain in the quarter. It's a 10-point lead for the Warriors, and Amityville has the ball. Don't give him room, he'll let it fly. Great look inside. Rogers came up with it. Second chance, missed it. And out of bounds to John Glenn. The John Glenn Knights will now face pressure, bringing it up. Token pressure at that, but pressure. Here's Wayne White, the quarterback on the football team for Dave Shanahan. Jeff Park playing with the 3, number 3. And the foul for Jeff Park. So Jeff Park, 2 needed points. Mike Smith picks up the first on himself. It's the 9th team foul, so both teams strapped with 9. Next foul will be 2 shots for both sides. Park 2 of 2 from the line. He's short, nobody boxed him out. And then we got a push, and the foul on the rebound push will be whistled on Greshner, and that's his second, so we'll come down to the Amityville end, and Mike Smith is going to shoot a couple of free throws, and he'll go to the line for his first time in this contest. On the year, Mike Smith, if there is a wrinkle in his game, it's from the foul line, 56%. He gets to the line a lot, 37 of 66 on the year. He could face the basket, he could post you up, he could just play this game. Looking for point number 11, and has it. Again, came in the leading scorer on this Amityville team, 21 points per game. Halfway home with 11. Over halfway home. No box out. Stepping in was Williams, but Williams had a lane violation. Now there's a discussion with the 3 officials, Dave Candelaria, Artie Woods, and Andy Edmondson. It was a lane violation. Lane violation on Amityville. So it will be John Glenn to inbound. Bernard Jones, number 32. There is the nephew of Shelton Jones, the aforementioned Shelton Jones, who graduated back in 1983. And the foul, Keandre Augustine. now has 4, goes to the line. It's a 7-point game. Try to cut it to 6. Augustine is 0 for 2. He's instant offense. He can attack the rim just like Greshna did, but he missed as he flipped it back with the left hand. So it's a 7-point game. 1 minute, 40 seconds remain in the first half. Mike Smith at 3 off the mark. Could not chase it down quick enough in the corner to save was Rogers. So John Glenn, who has been strapped by fouls to their 3 tri-captains with the ball and only down 7, believe it or not. High scoring first quarter, 20-16. Oh, they're right back. Augustine now with 7 knocks it down. His 37th triple of the season. He leads the team in 3-pointers, and that 3-ball cuts the lead to only 4 with 1:15 remaining in this first half. Keandre Augustine, the instant offense transfer sophomore came back here from St. Mary's. Charlie Rogan has said he has really flourished in the Glenn system. In fact, everyone on this floor has flourished in the Glenn system since Charlie Roganer took over the program. Roganer now in his 3rd year, above 500 with a mark of 28-26. And that's following a first year where things weren't going too well. He took over an 0-16 team, bounced them up to 4 wins in his first year, 10 more last year, and now this year 1 more than a year ago. Now 15-5 coming in to this contest. So Charlie Roganer, the Hills West graduate back in 2005, has really done an outstanding job, and he's coaching against really a legend, as Rob Pavanelli said it in the semifinal game when we were talking about Jack Agostino. Jack is a legend. Graduate from Center Reach High School back in 1980. 461 wins coming in. Decorated program. Again, 12 county titles, 8 Long Islands, including last year, both of those. And they're looking to get back at them. 4 state titles. Those 4 state titles were 4 consecutive from 2000 to 2003. So Jack Agostino at practice said the other day, it's been a little empty. We need to get another one. As Dickerson right back in, attacks the rim. He was no good. It was too strong and missed by Williams. And the whistle by Artie Woods says it's against Amityville. So John Glenn has the ball. 1 minute remaining in this first half. And Glenn down by only 4. And everybody strapped with fouls for John Glenn. Augustine 3. It's a 1-point game. Augustine back-to-back threes, now has 10 to go with Darrell Daniels' 10. It's a 1-point game, 29-28. Amityville possession. They have fought back through adversity. Oh, good strong move inside. Leland Williams for 6 now. So it's a 3-point game. Shot clock off, only game clock. 20 seconds remain. It's in the hands of Jeff Park. Park gives it to Augustine, who's red hot. He's got the last 6 points for John Glenn. 10 to shoot. On the floor, takes it to the rack. The floater, no good. Falling out of bounds, no whistle. Struggle for the ball with 2 seconds, 1 second. Picked off by Wayne White, and that will not count. And the first half has come to an end. And what a first half it was. John Glenn hadn't scored a point in this quarter for about the first 5 minutes, and then got a quick dozen down the stretch and trail only by 3 at the break, 31-28 in the Suffolk County Class A title. We'll be back with more Game Time on Long Island on MSG Varsity right after this timeout. We are set for the start of the 3rd quarter of the Suffolk County Class A championship game between Amityville, who will inbound in the home white, the number 1 seed. John Glenn in the dark uniform, the number 3 seed. 31-28 Amityville led at the break, and now it's 33-28, courtesy of 2 more by Leland Williams, who was 8 points, came in averaging 13. The story for Glenn is the foul trouble. Daniels and Jeff Park have 3. Paul Wisnowski has 2. All 3 of them are starting here in this third quarter of action. Here's Park working on Dickerson, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Speaking of Dickerson, he just picked up his 3rd personal of this game.
Fouls on Leland Williams.
Oh, they got it on Williams, excuse me. They have it on Williams, so let's correct that. Shooting 2 will be Jeff Park, who had 4 points in the first half. He was 2 for 3 from the line. He's the leading free throw shooter on this team. And again, he had 9 of 11 in the semifinal against Harborfields. That one rimmed out, and the rebound to Malcolm Mathis. It's a 4-point lead. First 30 seconds, and a whistle. It's against Amityville. Away from the ball, warding off.
Fouls on
Mike Smith, his 2nd. So Mike Smith with 2, Dickerson with 2, Walters with 2, Williams with 2, McLam with 2, all for Amityville. Well, John Glenn back to work. Left hand floater smoothly going in was Darrell Daniels, who had 10 in the first half, including 2 triples, now has 12. They had 4 3 balls, did John Glenn, in that first half. The other 2 from Augustine. Malcolm Mathis couldn't finish. A 2-point game, a chance for Glenn to tie or perhaps go ahead. Just underway, third quarter, Class A, Suffolk County Championship. Rejected by Smith on the attempt by Augustine. Now Smith, stutter step, 1 too many, travel, turnover, Amityville. We're at Farmingdale State College. Game time on Long Island on MSG Varsity. Here's JP3. Jeff Park. Didn't finish it. Got in tight. Here's Dickerson coming right back. Lays it off and got hammered. And we got a foul. To the line will be Mathis for 2, where he's 0 for 2. Darrell Daniels just picked up his 4th. And now you'd have to say Daniels is going to sit down until probably a couple of minutes into the 4th quarter. Timmy Greshner at the scorer's table to come in, the big 6'5" sophomore for John Glenn. But they lose 12 points, the leading scorer so far and the leading scorer of the season. As he sits down, Daniels. Mathis made the first, totaling 7 now in this game for the first-year varsity player. The junior makes 2 of 2, a guy who could shoot layups left-handed or right-handed. Back to a 4-point lead. It was a 3-point lead at halftime. Amityville really pressuring up a little bit more now on defense. Wisnowski ball fake, step back 3. Jeff Park tried for the weak side rebound, but couldn't get in front of Leland Williams. Walters way off the mark, and Greshner on the pull. So teams now settling for long threes and really now working half court here on the last couple of possessions. Wayne White plays catch with Jeff Park. 5:43 remaining in this third quarter. 35-31, Amityville by 4. Glenn with the ball with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Wayne White thought he got hit. No call. Up the court we come with Dickerson. And Dickerson was hit there by Keandre Augustine. His first personal. Dickerson to the line where he's 2 of 3. He had 6 points in that first half. So Dickerson, a 3-year varsity player, 2-year starter, spent his sophomore year, did Dickerson, at St. Dominic in Oyster Bay. Knocks home the first of 2, his 7th point. 17 points a game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. The guy can play the game. He's got 8. 6-point lead. Here's Jeff Park working against Mike Smith and Dickerson. Good look inside, Greshner left hand. Did not go. Here's Walters pushing. Walters with an eye. Reverse, travel. Coming in is Zach Coppola, and sitting down is Timmy Greshner for John Glenn. Again, Coppola is a sophomore, just as is Greshner. And Coppola comes in, and just like he did in the first half, one of his first touches knocked it down. He's got 4 in a 4-point game. And a foul off the spin for Leland Williams. Williams has double digits with 10. Coppola picking up number 1, team's 3rd. Williams already 2 of 2 from the line. 63% coming in. He was at St. Anthony's last year, was Williams. He's now 3 of 3 from the line, has 11 points in the contest. Augustine. Oh, the up and under. He's got 12. Keandre Augustine. Time out, 30 seconds. Taken by the John Glenn Knights, down by 5 with 4:40 remaining. Third quarter again. This is the 3rd meeting this year between these two teams. They started the year against one another on January the 7th at John Glenn. In that one, Amityville gets out of there with a 2-point win at 70-68. Then on January the 31st at Amityville, the Warriors, with some unbelievable home cooking, winning it 76-47. These teams come out of League 6, where Amityville won with a perfect 12-0 record. John Glenn was second at 9-3. Again, Amityville, under Jack Agostino, has won a league title 24 of now Jack Agostino's 27 years. Andrew Rappaport, News 12, just looked at me like, is that right? Yeah, that's right, Rapp. Extending in the backcourt, coming up with a steal is Jeff Park to the rim. And Park now with 7, stealing it and converting. It's now a 3-point game. John Glenn looking to knock off the defending county champs. Park was ahead of the field. Oh, and that's a flagrant right there. Malcolm Mathis, a flagrant. That'll be 2 shots in possession. Mathis, it's his 2nd, but more importantly, a flagrant. So we will shoot 2 with Augustine, and John Glenn will get the ball. 0 for 3 from the line for Augustine at 66% coming in. He's having some trouble. He'll get a 2nd opportunity. This is like Duke and North Carolina from the other night, when North Carolina couldn't knock down a free throw in the first half, came back and won it over Duke. Maybe the same storyline right here for John Glenn. Looking to knock off the defending county champs. Gets that one. He's got 13. John Glenn has not won a title since the Knights captured the Class B championship in 1987. 2-point game. Inbound by Wisnowski. On the floor, Coppola. Out to Wayne White, who's been rather quiet tonight. White with only 2 points. Park to his left, his strong side. It would have been an and 1, but Park will go to the line. So the whistles that went against Glenn in the first half, now going against Amityville here in the 3rd quarter. Elijah Rogers, his first personal. Jeff Park will go to the line, shooting 2. He's 3 of 5 so far. Can tie the game with 2 makes. Has 8 points. 40-39, basically midway third quarter with 4:05 remaining for the tie. So Amityville protects a 1-point lead with Mike Smith. Just lost it, played a little bit out of control, did the junior. And now a chance to take the lead for the John Glenn Knights. Down by 4 after 1. Down by 3 at the break. Crossover. Augustine 3. A strong rebound off the weak side there, corralled by Leland Williams, and was fouled there in the backcourt by Zach Coppola, who picks up his second. John Glenn's 4th, Amityville with 4 as well. 3:50 on the inbound remaining here. And now again, the pressure being applied. Rogers looks up, taken away by White, gives to Park. It's a 3-on-1. Augustine, step back, hesitation off the spin, going window. Fighting for it and could not get it in to his own hands after the miss. Here's Rogers running it up the floor. Dickerson to his left was knocked down there momentarily, and the foul scored for Dickerson. Nope, take it away. It's on the floor, says Dave Candelaria, so no basket. But who's the foul on? It's on Jeff Park, that's his 4th. So now Daniels with 4 and Park with 4, and Daniels has been sitting it down. Park will take a seat on the bench as well. We're gonna get a substitution. 30-second timeout has been called with 3:22 remaining in the third quarter. Amityville up 40-39. Daniels and Park now both with 4, and I believe because of the 4 on those two, it'll be number 4, Keyshawn Booty, the 5'7" senior who's going to check in for John Glenn. Booty, a member of the John Glenn football team. If Booty comes in, again, he's a senior. He was first team all Division IV in football, a running back and a cornerback. Rushed for over 500 yards and 9 touchdowns. But right now, this quick defender, who is a spark, who's very athletic, is going to have to hold down the fort, and it will be Booty coming in. Keyshawn Booty, number 4 for John Glenn. Park and Daniels on the bench for John Glenn, down by 1 as Dickerson looked at a 3, being watched there by Booty. Oh, the strip by Augustine! Tries to split it down the middle, and Glenn with the lead. Keandre Augustine off the strip, takes it the distance, has a game-high 15, and John Glenn up 41-40. 2 minutes and 55 seconds now remaining in the third. Augustine, maybe too much, but recovered. Wayne White, 3-ball. Wayne White has 5. John Glenn by 4. With Park and Daniels on the bench for John Glenn, strapped with 4. Dickerson to his left. Rogers is doubled. Rogers lost the ball. John Glenn possession. And wow, Old Mo as in momentum on the side of the John Glenn Knights, getting a standing ovation from the fans that have made it to Farmingdale State. You would think with Daniels and Park on the bench, John Glenn would be lucky to just hold its own, perhaps maybe be down by a couple going to the 4th. But what a spark from the sophomore, Keandre Augustine, who came up with a nifty steal, took it the distance, and then Wayne White, the sophomore as well, just knocked down a 3. And Wayne White, again, if you're just tuning in, his dad is a 1983 graduate. His dad, Wayne, a graduate from Amityville, where he played with Shelton Jones coached by the late, great Fred Williams. So Wayne White knocks down a 3 to give him a 4-point lead after Augustine's steal strip layup gave him the 1-point lead. What a game in the Suffolk County Class A Championship. Wow. Augustine, again, a game-high 15, followed by Darrell Daniels, who has 12, but on the bench with 4 personals. Jeff Park on the bench. He's got 8 with 4. Leading the way for Amityville, Mike Smith with 11, Leland Williams with 11, Dickerson and Mathis each with 8. Up by 4 and the ball. Sean Walters is a gritty defender, hassling Augustine, who gets it to Wayne White on a crossover, watched by Dickerson. Backcourt violation. Too much dribble, turnover. Amityville gets possession. What a ball game. John Glenn played a barn burner against Harborfields in the semifinals and won it 48-45. Wayne White had a huge 3 in that one. Wayne White has a big 3 in this one. Hand on the ball by Booty, taken down by Dickerson, laid it off, and the foul! Leland Williams! Williams now with his average of 13 goes to the line. Coppola, his 3rd personal. 3 of 3 from the line. What a stroke. He's got 14. It's a 1-point game. 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd. Augustine. Boy, can he break a press. Augustine for 3. Keandre Augustine, his 3rd triple. He's got 18. 39 on the season. He's the leading 3-point shooter for John Glenn. Lead back to 4. Augustine, the sophomore, has taken this game over. Mike Smith picked off by Wisnowski on a baseline pass. Wayne White, why not get it to this guy? Augustine missed the layup, travel. Leland Williams never able to gather it in. Lost it, rolled over. Whistle was called there. Andy Edmondson working with Dave Candelaria and Artie Woods right on top of that call. And we'll do it again. This is the largest lead in the game. 2nd time John Glenn has led by as many as 4. Timeout has been called for with 1:23 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. You're talking about an Amityville team that's being challenged right now, the decorated program in Suffolk County. Boy, have they had players over the years. Jason Frazier went to Villanova. Mike James played about 10 years in the NBA. Shelton Jones, A.J. Price, who's still in the league, playing with Minnesota, graduated back in 2004. Darrell Young, back in 2005, now a running back with the Washington Redskins. So the Amityville Warriors, who only suffered 2 losses the entire year. December the 11th, lost by 6 to South Shore of Brooklyn. And then on February the 8th, right before the playoffs began, lost to Burke Catholic by 2, 74-72. 17-2 overall, 12-0 in the league. Forget about all those numbers. The only one that counts right now is what we've got going here with 1:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter. In a championship game of Suffolk County in Class A. Keandre Augustine, 18, came in averaging 13. He's instant offense. He attacks the rim, we've seen that. He's a good shooter, we've seen that. And he's really improving, we've seen that. Those are all the words from his head coach, now in his 3rd year, Charlie Roganer. Playing without 2 of his stars, and Daniels and Park on the bench with 4. No need to hurry here with 20 on the shot clock. Look at Walters defend on Augustine, and he causes the strip. Picked up by Mike Smith. Mike Smith left his feet, but got the pass off to Walters. Really didn't have his footing or set there as Walters took the shot. and it's off the hands of Leland Williams. Substitution, Malcolm Mathis comes back in, and he replaces Elijah Rogers. So Mathis will come to the backcourt with Dickerson and Walters and apply pressure off the inbound. Stolen there. Nice job by Williams, but on his throw back in, it did hit the baseline, and it's out of bounds again to John Glenn. Glenn's gonna have to break the pressure, and now they'll have Keandre Augustine trigger and then get it right back into his hands. He'll find the man and get it back to him. Away from the ball as Booty took the inbound. We've got a call. Got a holding foul away from the ball.
Fouls on Mike Smith, that's his third.
Number 3 on Mike Smith. 5 now on Amityville. 6 on John Glenn. Substitution, wow. Jeff Park comes in for Keyshawn Booty. 56 seconds remain in this third. Park back in, playing with 4 fouls. And he's a penetrator. Here's Augustine being watched. Look how tight. Sean Walters belly to belly. Pair of 11s. Here's Park being watched by Smith. 20 to shoot. Differential shot clock, game clock, 20. Park on a dribble drive. He held his own there. Now backing it out with 10 to shoot for Augustine. Will he go one-on-one? Got a screen almost from Park. Now 6 to shoot. Augustine the runner. Off the mark. Big rebound there by Malcolm Mathis. Here's Dickerson with 20 on the clock. Plenty of time. No need to hurry. Down by 4 at the end of the third quarter here. Step back 3! Travis Dickerson got 11. 1-point game, still time. Park behind his back. Park gathered in, counts if it goes. Off the mark by Wayne White. Whoa, what a third quarter comes to an end with a Dickerson 3 that cuts the lead to 47 to 46. They'll put 8 more minutes on the clock. The fourth quarter about to unfold. Suffolk County Class A Championship, game time on Long Island on MSG Varsity. Back with the start of the fourth right after this timeout. Well, put your seatbelts on, because now we get ready for the fourth quarter of the Class A Championship. What a game this has been. Amityville by 4 after 1. By 3 at the break. Down by 1, we start quarter number 4. Jeff Park is on the floor, as is Daniels, both playing with 4, number 1 and number 3 for John Glenn. Here's Park, almost warded off with that left hand. Daniels, a step back 3 off the mark. Hit the heel, nearly tipped in there on the rebound attempt by Mathis, and then able to gather in. Here's Mike Smith. Smith launching. Smith is short. Mathis is a bull on the boards. And he'll go to the line for 2. Malcolm Mathis can rebound with the best of them, averaging 9 rebounds a game along with 8.5 points. And he'll go to the line where he's 2 for 4 so far in this contest, but 66% coming in for the season. And now we are tied. Malcolm Mathis's 9th point of the game ties it at 47 for the lead. We'll stay tied at 47, 35 seconds into this fourth quarter start. Jeff Park, Wisnowski. Wisnowski holding up on that dribble. Here's Daniels, the leading scorer on the team at 14 a game. Jeff Park was stripped as he drove. And every time Daniels or Park will drive, you gotta hold your breath, because the next foul will be the 5th on either one of them.
Fouls on Leland Williams, his third.
Leland Williams just got his 3rd called. Coming back in is Keandre Augustine, and Zach Coppola sits down. Zach Coppola with a nice job. Spot duty today, has 4 points. The angle wasn't there. Then Wisnowski with a smart move. He went up, never came down. So on the rebound, went up, and he got fouled by Mike Smith. That's Smith's fourth.
That's his fourth.
Now he's talking with Jack Agostino. Seventh team foul on Amityville. Both teams have 7. Wisnowski to the line on the year, 11 of 19, 58%. 6.5 points a game, looking for his first points of the game. And from the free throw line, that point gives John Glenn the lead at 48-47. Two of 2 by Paul Wisnowski, the senior tri-captain with Daniels and Park. Oh, a steal in the backcourt by Daniels. Here's Augustine. Up by 2 and the ball. 1 minute and 15 seconds gone by in this fourth quarter for the Suffolk County Class A Championship. John Glenn looking for the first school title since 1987 when they won it in Class B. Amityville, the defending champs. Penetration and a bucket. Augustine has 20 points. And it's back up to a 4-point lead. Third time, Glenn is led by as many as 4. For 3, Walters, way off the mark. Jeff Park thought about it, but then thought wisely about not flipping it up the floor. Augustine was open momentarily. With the ball and a chance for its biggest lead. Too strong on the miss by Daniels. Raced down and stolen by Park. Travis Dickerson looking for the steal, then from behind, it's Mathis again. 3 fouls now on Mike Mathis, the junior. Will shoot 1 and 1 both ways right now. And to the line once again is Jeff Park. Semifinals 9 of 11 against Harborfields. Today only 4 of 7, has 8 points. Came in averaging 12.5, second on the team in scoring. I tell you, there are times you look at Jeff Park, nothing phases this kid. Nothing phases him at all. Largest lead right now, 52-47. Largest lead, 53-47. It's a 6-point bulge, 2 of 2 by Park. He's got 10. Keyshawn Booty comes in. So they'll sub out Park, who knocked down the 2. Booty will come in wearing number 4. Again, Booty, a 5'7" senior. Very athletic, and boy, he's quick. He'll defend all over the floor. Spinning with a beautiful move in the finish by Malcolm Mathis. Oh, Mathis with a tremendous move down on the block. He's got 11. 3 guys with 11 for Amityville, and Leland Williams with 14 leading the way. Smith, Dickerson, and Mathis with 11. Game's high scorer is Augustine. He's got 20. Wayne White gave it up. Here's Keyshawn Booty, all Division IV in football. Remember that football team for Dave Shanahan. Daniels gave it up. Wisnowski looking for a deep 3 from the left corner. Here's Dickerson, changing hands on the dribble with a beautiful layoff and finish. Leland Williams having a night. He's got 16, 3 above his average. It's a 2-point game. John Glenn with that lead. Look at Augustine, break it down! Keandre Augustine with a move and a half. 22 for the sophomore, the transfer from St. Mary's. It's a 4-point lead. Sean Walters, the cut was there. Mike Smith was going and then stopped. Substitution, Jeff Park in offensively, and they'll take Booty out of the game. So they go offense-defense route right now, Charlie Rogener. They'll let Park play some offense and then pull him out and let Booty play defense. 4-point lead. Largest so far in the game for John Glenn was 53-47, a 6-point lead. The go-ahead hoop in the game was Keandre Augustine. Park is chasing, falls on the ball. Dickerson gets it to Sean Walters, and he'll go to the line for 2. Heads up play by Dickerson. A no-look to Walters, who went right down to the rim and got hammered. And Sean Walters to the line to shoot 2. Augustine his second. Walters, excellent free throw shooter on the year. Only gone to the stripe 11 times, knocked down 10, 91% for the 4-year starting quarterback who had 65 touchdowns. That one rolls out. This is a guy who knocked down 7 threes in that second go-round against John Glenn. 7 3-pointers in the game. Looking to go 1 for 2 from the line. I asked Sean Walters at practice the other day, game-winning shot, game-winning touchdown. What do you want? He goes, game-winning touchdown. I said, wow. Now he's defending Keandre Augustine, who's lit up Farmingdale State College. Less than 4 minutes on the clock in the fourth quarter, 15 to shoot. Corner, faked it, dribble drive, 24 points, Keandre Augustine. It's a 5-point lead at 57-52. Mike Smith batted out of his hands by Wayne White, and the foul! Oh, Malcolm Mathis, Johnny on the spot. He'll go to the line, he's got 13. What a ball game. Let's see. Wayne White, first personal, team's 9th. Wayne White knocks it down. Wayne White, who came in averaging 8.5, has 14. It's a 2-point game. Here's Park, 3.5 remain. Off the mark for Darrell Daniels. Chasing and racing, stumbling out of bounds, but you can't ever fault that effort of Malcolm Mathis for the hustle he displayed and the tumble he took and the floor burns he just picked up, trying to save a possession for the Amityville Warriors. Approaching 3 minutes remaining. Walters on Augustine, 20 to shoot. Augustine with a game-high 24. Here's Jeff Park. Darrell Daniels tightly matched up there. Where are they going to go now? Is it a block on Walters? Yes, it is. Wow, because that would have been 5 on Park. Walters picks up his 3rd. Mike Smith has 4. Sean Walters has 3. Mathis has 3. Leland Williams has 3 for Amityville. We're shooting 1-1 right now with Jeff Park, who's made 3 of his last 4, including his last 2. Oh, did he get a bounce there? He's got 11. Darrell Daniels with 4 personals, Jeff Park with 4, Zach Capola with 3 for the John Glenn Knights. Looking to extend the lead back up to 4, led by as many as 6. 1 of 2 made. Mathis clears the window. Dickerson on a nifty crossover, lost it but recovered by Walters for 3. Rimmed out, Mathis got a hand on it, still fighting for it. And then Daniels stepped on the baseline. Charlie Rogener, I think, might have wanted to call that maybe an Amityville player climbed over the top to get to that, but to no avail. Trifecta was missed by Dickerson, saved. And now here comes the John Glenn Knights. Up by 3, 2.5 minutes on the clock. Oh, guess who? 27 for Augustine. 4 3-pointers in a championship game. It's a 6-point lead, matching the largest for Glenn with 2:15 left. Park knocked out of his hands. John Glenn. A lot of time left. Has the ball. Up by 6. Looking to do something that maybe a lot of people never thought could happen. The number 3 seed with an opportunity to knock off the defending county champs. Darrell Daniels, Charlie Rogener said, whoa, 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 whoa. We want to slow down the offense. There's 1:52 left, 16 on the shot clock. Again, defending champs, Amityville Warriors, 12 county titles, 8 Long Islands, 4 states. Backed out by Wisnowski. A beautiful job of playing volleyball at that time. Augustine, without question, player of this game to this point. Park driving. Park missed it. Wow, Park, he makes that layup. They're up by 8 with 90 seconds left. Dickerson in trouble. Dickerson couldn't get it. And we'll stay on the Amityville end of the floor with 1:24 left. It's on Wayne White. It's his second personal. Will shoot 1-1 with Travis Dickerson.
Travis Dickerson on the line for Amityville.
He's 4 for 5 this afternoon. Now into this evening. Dickerson has 12. Dickerson has 13.
Timeout taken by Amityville.
Timeout on the floor. More importantly, it's 61-57. John Glenn up by 4. 2 timeouts remaining for the Knights. 1 for Amityville. Where do you begin to recap? I guess you start with the super sophomore, Keandre Augustine. A game high 27. He has 4 3-pointers in the game. The sophomore transfer from St. Mary's, doubling his scoring average of 13 a game. Darrell Daniels and Jeff Park have been strapped with personal fouls throughout, but somehow Charlie Rogan are doing a great job rotating them in and out. They've been playing with 3 and 4 personals now basically since halftime. Augustine with 27, Daniels with 12, Jeff Park with 11. Balance on Amityville. 16 for Williams, 14 for Mathis, 13 for Dickerson, and 11 for Smith. And now, what else? Press by Amityville. Wisnowski will inbound. Gets it to Park, return Wisnowski. Right to Augustine, who breaks it. They'll utilize clock here. 4-point game. Almost a steal by Smith. Park recovers. White thought about it. Here's Wisnowski. To the corner for White. Again thought about it. But with 15 to shoot, you can't let it fly that soon. 1 minute remaining. 10 on the shot clock. To his left is Daniels. From behind, he was hit. That's 5 on Mike Smith. Mike Smith has just fouled out. The junior, co-player of the year in League 6 with his teammate Dickerson, has just fouled out. Wait a minute. They just called Daniels a foul, but I guess Smith has 4. So I missed the foul. An apology to Mike Smith. They called it on Williams. That's his 4th. Daniels missed the free throw. So a correction. An apology. Williams is 4th. Smith stays on the floor. 57.8 seconds remain in the contest. Thank you, Andrew Rappaport, News 12 helping. 4-point game. Stays at 4 on 2 misses. But then the strip by Wayne White. Wayne White with a big steal. And then an offensive foul. And now Darrell Daniels is fouled out of the game. You talk about a turn of events. Glenn misses 2. White comes up with a steal, gets the ball to Daniels, who gets called for the offensive foul, his 5th. He's out of the ball game and will shoot 2 free throws following the timeout. 52 seconds remain in the 4th quarter. It's a 4-point lead for John Glenn. Suffolk County Class A championship is on the line. Again, Amityville, the defending champion. John Glenn looking for its first county title. since 1987. And here come the Warriors. Down by 4. Mike Smith stepped out of bounds. Right in the corner in front of the Amityville bench. 47.2 remaining. Inbound John Glenn. Here's Jeff Park. He's doubled and tripled in the backcourt. Wayne White, we've got a timeout called by John Glenn with 42.1. Shot clock and game clock differential is, well, it should be more than that because they already had inbounded the ball, so there shouldn't be 35 on the shot clock. They're going to have to reset that. And I don't know if anybody took notice. They had already inbounded the ball and probably got 5 or 6 seconds off of that clock. So we'll see if they go to the scorers table, the trio of Dave Candelaria, Artie Woods, and Andy Edmondson. And now they are converging to speak, because following the step out by Mike Smith along the sideline, they inbounded the ball, and now the official, the lead official, Artie Woods, will go over and talk at the scorer's table because time had to have come off, and now they've adjusted it. They took 8 seconds off. Shot clock, game clock now is a 14.1 differential, 27 shot clock, 42.1 on the game clock. John Glenn again will inbound, up by 4. What a ball game for the County Class A final in Suffolk. Here's Jeff Park trying to get away from Mathis. Over the timeline, off the fingertips of Augustine. Shot clock now off. 33.4 on your game clock. Amityville with the ball, down by 4. They don't need a 3 at this point. Mathis at the high post. Kick out, Smith will take a 3. Offensive rebound and a foul! Williams, the weak side rebound and the putback. He'll go to the line and look for the 3-point play. He's got 18 points. Coppola has just fouled out. And a timeout on the floor as they reset. 23.3 on the clock. Going to the line will be Leland Williams to cut into the lead of John Glenn, which has a 2-point advantage at 61-59. Leland Williams has been perfect from the foul line. He is 4 for 4 in today's game. So Williams, the senior. Jack Agostino told me at practice, we need to get Williams more touches. They did so today. He's responded with 18, looking for 19. Off the mark, rebound Wesnowski in a 2-point game, but out of bounds to Amityville with 21.3. And a timeout has been called. Amityville calls for time. The Warriors have just utilized their last timeout. The scoreboard here at Farmingdale State College showing that John Glenn has 1 timeout remaining. All right, so here we go. At practice the other day, to reiterate the story, Jack Agostino told me to go up to Mike Smith and ask him if there's a game-winning shot or a game-tying shot, who's going to take the shot? I went up to Mike Smith. I said, Mike, who's taking a game-tying or game-winning shot? He goes, me. Just like that. Followed that up with Travis Dickerson. Asked him the same question. Travis Dickerson responded, me. Well, you had 2 me's in Smith and Dickerson that would said they would take the game-tying or game-winning shot. They could get a game-winning shot if they knock down a 3. But who's going to take it right now? So far in the game, Mike Smith has 2 threes and 1 from way beyond the NBA line. Travis Dickerson has 1 3. Triggering the inbound will be Mike Smith. He might inbound and try to curl off of that and run to the corner. Here's Sean Walters. 2-point lead for John Glenn. Amityville now, 15 seconds. Dickerson, a 3-ball. Money in the bank. Travis Dickerson, 16 points. It's a 1-point lead for Amityville. 5 seconds. Augustine is tripped up, and he'll go to the line. And he'll shoot 2. It's a double bonus. 3.5 remaining. Dickerson knocked down the 3 to go up 62-61. And now, Augustine to the line. He has struggled from the line in this game. He is only 1 of 5. The season number is 66%. He's got a game-high 27. He is a sophomore. He is a transfer from St. Mary's with a chance here to tie and put his team on top with 3.5 remaining. That is seconds, not minutes. Oh, smooth as silk, Augustine. 28. 29th point will give him a 1-point lead. No timeouts for Amityville. Back tap, tie game. Stolen away and then recovered. It would go to overtime. 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 Tied at 62. Wow. 1 of 2 made by Augustine. We'll regroup. We'll come back with the overtime. Game time on Long Island on MSG Varsity. The OT, 4 minutes on the clock when we come back. Stay with us. Both teams are coming back out on the floor for the start of overtime for the county championship of Class A in Suffolk County. Amityville and Glenn are tied at 62. Augustine with a chance at the end with 3.5 seconds, shooting a double bonus 2, made the first to tie it. Second one rimmed out. Amityville led by 4 after the first quarter, led by 3 at halftime. John Glenn led by 1 after 3, and now 4 minutes on the clock. We go to overtime. Dickerson will jump center against Greshner. Augustine a game-high 28. Amityville defending champs whistle before the tip. Defending champions, Amityville Warriors. And again, you can't say it enough. John Glenn looking for a title for the first time since 1987 when they were crowned Class B champions. 4 minutes on the clock. Tap controlled in the backcourt by Elijah Rogers. Rogers gives to Mike Smith, puts it on the floor. Dribble drive, lost it. Look ahead of the field. Here's Wisnowski. And Glenn gets the first 2 points of the overtime. First field goal for Wisnowski. He's got 4 in the contest. Mike Smith, a 3-ball. And Amityville on top. Third triple of the game for Mike Smith. He's got 14. Oh my goodness. As Rob Pavanelli and I have said over the years of MSG Varsity, this by far another instant classic. Jeff Park, a runner. And guess who's on top? Jeff Park with 13. We see Saul back at 4th. And Glenn with a 1-point advantage. Almost 1 minute gone by in the overtime. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play. Here's Rogers. Dickerson, who had a 3 that put him up by 1. Oh, what a block by Greshner. And Mathis came up with it. We've got a tie-up, and the possession arrow is in favor of John Glenn. This is one of those games where there'll be 9,000 people that said they were at this one. Augustine on a crossover on Sean Walters, holding the dribble off the double team, gets it to Wainwright. Jeff Park sets up for three. Jeff Park, his first three of the game. He's got 16, and it's a 4-point lead for the John Glenn Knights. Mathis, a tough run, and he'll go to the line for two. Boy, Malcolm Mathis, he is just one strong guy that when he makes his mind up and he's going to go to the basket, you're not stopping him.
That's his third.
Wisnowski just picking up his third. Mathis to the line for two. 4 for 7 from the stripe. 5 for 8, has 15. 3-point lead, 69-66, in favor of John Glenn, the number 3 seed, taking on the number 1 seed in Amityville. Smooth stroke, 16 for Mathis. 2-point game, 2:25 remaining in this first overtime. Say first because we'll probably have a second. Wainwright, there's Greshner, the sophomore, 6'5", nearly tied up, boxed into a corner, and the overtime will allow an extra timeout, and a timeout called right in front of John Glenn by its coach, Charlie Rogener, in his third year. And again, fans, if you just tuning in, what a job that he has done in his third year. As we mentioned, he has some core guys here that were on an 0-16 team. Went to 4-12 in his first year, and then 14-5, now 15-5. And boy, this would be a sweet 16 victory right now if John Glenn can pull this off against the defending county champs. 2:12 on the clock. 69-67. The winner of this game will take on Southampton in that large school, small school championship. But this is the one that you want to win, because if you play in that large school, small school, you could lose. You still go on to the states. But right now, nobody's thinking about Southampton. Amityville's thinking about John Glenn, and John Glenn's thinking about Amityville. And there's 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in a 2-point game. John Glenn has the ball up by 2, and Wainwright will inbound. All-county starting quarterback, Wayne White, who's got 5 in this game. Charlie Rogener says just a outstanding young man. Dave Shanahan said he's a special player on the gridiron. 15 to shoot, nearly a tie-up, plenty of time, no need to hurry with 10 now on the shot clock and 2 minutes in the game. Augustine gives, there it is, Augustine driving and got it. They cannot stop his penetration. He's got 30 of the 71 Glenn's put on the board. Sean Walters, baseline was cut off nicely off the switch by Greshner. And in the backcourt, a foul. And Jeff Park's going to the line. Malcolm Mathis has just fouled out of the game. He leaves with 16. Tough, gritty ball player, sits down. Mathis, a junior, we'll see him next year. Gary Looney, number 2, junior on the floor for Amityville. Seven of 11 from the line for Jeff Park. Was 9 of 11 in the semifinal win against Harborfield. Has 16 points. He'll take this seriously to heart. 71% leading free throw shooter for John Glenn. Had a big 3 ball in this overtime. Has 17 points. Five-point lead. 1 minute and 30 seconds remain. Dickerson on a drive, left hand, didn't fall. Blocked by Greshner off of Looney. Recovered by Rogers, down to Dickerson. He'll go to the line for 2. This game has 74 scoring storylines in it. Greshner, his third. Dickerson for 2. 6 of 7 from the line. Dickerson has 16, including the big 3 ball that gave him momentarily a 1-point lead with a few seconds left before Augustine made it 1 of 2 from the foul line to force the overtime. Dickerson now at his average of 17 points a game. Looking to cut the lead to 3. Off the mark. Rebound, Wayne White stepping in front of Elijah Rogers. White had trouble getting the pass off to Jeff Park. Timeout as both teams retreat to their respective benches with 1:16 on the clock. 72-68. John Glenn, when we inbound, 4 seconds are off the shot clock, so John Glenn has 31, which is pretty much the entire possession time anyway. Keandre Augustine, game high 30, the sophomore for Glenn, followed by Jeff Park, who's been playing a long time with 4 fouls. He's got 17. Darrell Daniels fouled out a while ago. He's got 12. On the other side, again, the balance by the Amityville Warriors. 18 for Leland Williams. Travis Dickerson with 17. Malcolm Mathis, who fouled out, with 16. Mike Smith has 14. John Glenn just used its last time out. Amityville has 1 remaining. And down by 4, Amityville will certainly use it at the moment they need it, with 1:16 now remaining. Looney's out there with Smith, Sean Walters, Elijah Rogers, Travis Dickerson, the 5 for Amityville. Wisnowski, Park, Wayne White, Greshner, Augustine are out there for John Glenn. Wisnowski having trouble on the trigger. Gets to Wayne White, he was double. Picked off by Walters, to the corner, Rogers for 3. Off the mark. Dickerson, the offensive window. No good. Back tap to Sean Walters. Fresh 35, 1 minute remaining. Dickerson double. Jeff Park is in there, then took his hands out because he didn't want to get foul called on him. Now there's a scramble. A lot of loose change on that floor. And the whistle goes in favor of the Warriors with 55.1 on the clock. Amityville with the ball, down by 4. Are they going to call Park or are they going to call Augustine? They just called Jeff Park. He's fouled out. JP3 just fouled out. The senior, 17 points, fouling out with 51.5 seconds. So on the substitution, you get, I think, 30 seconds. They can talk to their coaches. But Park is out. Not only is Park out, head coach Charlie Rogener's shirt is out of his pants right now. Shirt tails hanging out. He lost the sports coat a long time ago. Tie's still intact, though. It looks like Rogener is the athlete that was at Hills West when he played soccer hoops and lacrosse, then played lacrosse at Siena. Will shoot free throws with Dickerson at the line. He'll shoot 2. He has 18. The big number, as Marty Glickman, the late great Marty Glickman once said, in games like this, doesn't matter how many points or anything, the only important numbers are the score and what's left on the scoreboard time-wise. 19 for Dickerson, 2-point game, 51.5 seconds remain. We got a hold away from the ball, and it's going to be called on Gary Looney.
Fouls on Amityville's Gary Looney, that's
His first. And will walk and shoot free throws. It's going to be Greshner. And Greshner goes to the line. Timmy Greshner, the sophomore, 37% on the year. He'll shoot 2. He was 10 of 27. Suffered from a bad knee most of the year. He's only a sophomore at 6'5". Good rotation, good stroke, just rims out. Here's the second for Greshner, 3 points a game and 4 rebounds. Wisnowski tried to tap, went to the hands of Mike Smith. Down by 2 on the ball with 45 seconds. Dickerson warding off with his left hand. No call was made, and the finish by Looney. Wow, he got away with one there. We're tied up. Now, Glenn can hold. There's 2 seconds would remain on the shot, on the game clock, excuse me. Greshner inside, he's hacked, and he'll go back to the line. Travis Dickerson, folks, got away with a left-hand ward-off, driving the paint to tie the game at 72. And now going back to the line is Greshner, who just a minute ago was 0 for 2. He gets 2 more here with a chance. And they call the foul on Mike Smith. So Mike Smith is just fouled out. Mike Smith is a junior who just leaves the floor now with his 5th personal foul. He leaves with 14. Greshner, no points. Fans on both sides. John Glenn on the far side. Amityville behind us. Oh! Stroke for the point. They're up by 1, courtesy of Greshner's free throw. But there's a lot of time left, folks. 21.9. Greshner, the second of 2. Short. A chance to go ahead. Here's Sean Walters. A basket, and they'd win it. Timeout, Amityville. Jack Agostino. 14.8. 73-72. John Glenn by 1. Timeout by the defending county champs, the Amityville Warriors. Jack Agostino and company. Agostino looking for career win 462. This has been one amazing game. Star players from both sides have fouled out. Malcolm Mathis, Mike Smith for Amityville. Jeff Park, Darrell Daniels for John Glenn. Josh Serrano, an 8th grader, is checking into the lineup. He'll wear 0 for Amityville. He's a 5'6", 130-pounder. First year on the varsity. Jack Agostino said, in all probability, he's your starting point guard for the next 4 years going forward next year. Can you imagine this? An 8th grader's on the floor right now with the county championship on the line in a 1-point game. 14.8 seconds. Who's taking the shot? You'd have to think it's Dickerson. They get it to Rogers. Rogers got a screen from Walters. 8 seconds remaining. Dickerson driving. Dickerson down low. Put up and in. Put up and in. Gary Looney. Wisnowski off the mark. Gary Looney, the game winner, and Amityville wins it 74-73. We'll come back. We'll wrap it up. Talk to the winning side. An unbelievable contest. 74-73. Amityville defends its county championship. Back with more on Game Time on Long Island on MSG Varsity right after this timeout. Stay with us. In overtime, final score, Suffolk County Class A Championship, 74-73. Amityville comes from behind to beat John Glenn because of this guy, Gary Looney, the junior. Gary, I look at my charts. You had 4 points, but it's the last two. Take me through the play. What was designed in the timeout down by 1?
Well, it was designed to, like, I set a ball screen right over here. Travis comes off the screen, and it was either we take the 3, take the 2, or get to the foul line. And it just so happened to be when I screened, our point guard, Sean Walters, passed me the ball. I made the catch, and it was just muscle memory from there.
It's nice to have the quarterback of the football team able to connect on a pass, isn't it?
Yeah, that was my quarterback. So
when you look at the guys on the team and Dickerson and Mike Smith and Mathis, and here you are standing with the game-winning shot to win the county championship, what does that say about how good this team is, how deep this team is?
That it's just like we're a big family all together. I grew up playing basketball with these guys. Like, practice is always intense. We always keep stressing, even after practice, shake hands, family first, no matter what, win or lose, and luckily we prevailed through. So,
look me in the eye right now. They challenged you, John Glenn, at any time when you were down by 6, even in the overtime. What was the thought process going through your guys' minds? Were you saying, wow, they're going to beat us here and knock us off, and we're the champs, defending champs?
It was just like we had to stay together. We couldn't crumble. We couldn't yell at each other. We couldn't point fingers. All we could do is just do what we do best: score, play defense. Defense wins games.
And this was a different John Glenn team that you beat the last time. You beat them twice in the regular season. The first time, 2-point game. This one going around at your gym was 29-point game. It wasn't that 29-point game today.
It wasn't. It was a tough game. They're good. They're a very good team, filled with a lot of different players and a very deep bench. So it's like we just had to take it one step at a time. We had to slow things down. We just play our game.
And Amityville continues to win, a decorated program coming out of Suffolk County. Gary Looney, thanks so much. Congratulations on the winning shot, because in practice the other day, 2 guys told me they were going to take the game-winning shot. Both of them, Smith and Dickerson, they didn't take it today. You have it. Your honors, your headlines. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, that's Gary Looney. He comes down with that game-winning shot. You heard him. His quarterback on the football team, Sean Walters, he finds him on the baseline, 74-73. But you can't leave this gym without talking about the effort of John Glenn and what they did this year, and Charlie Roganer in his 3rd year. You have to look at Keandre Augustine, had a game-high 30 points. What a gritty team, and this team, wow, the seniors go down. Wisnowski, you had Daniels, and you also had Jeff Park. Great, great team, great program, and they'll be back next year. Once again, the final score in this one from Farmingdale State College. Amityville comes from behind in overtime, wins at 74-73 for the Suffolk County Class A Championship over a gritty John Glenn team. That'll wrap it up. We'll see you next time on Game Time on Long Island on MSG Varsity.